I think Orthodox just means following the Torah, what it says. Every experience that I go through has a piece of my religion in it. It always connects back to my religion. I just live my life surrounded by God.
The Torah, the Jewish Bible, begins with the letter Bet and ends with the letter Lamed. Together, they spell the heart. This is the wedding story of Hadassah and Zev, a young Jewish Orthodox couple from Baltimore. In 2 days, they will be married. Judaism is practiced by nearly 14.4 million people. More than 2/3 of adult Orthodox Jews are married, compared to about half of other. Judaism requires adherence to the ancient laws of the Torah in every aspect of life.
Tradition is important. Yes, is the answer.
It's a concept that may seem old-fashioned to the secular world. But here, it's a way of life, as fresh as homemade challah, a special Jewish bread.
When you do the sugar, as you pour it in, just have a little intention. What do you think? Sweetness in mind.
I'm a person that really likes tradition. I think it gives a lot of clarity and it gives you connection. I think it's very special to do what people did before you.
And I'm just watching you. It's amazing.
In 2 days, Hadassah is marrying a man she's never held hands with, let alone kissed.
We started dating this past June. So don't freak out, guys. I'm a religious Jew, so I don't really talk to guys until I'm ready to date.
Okay, Zev. The big day, 2 more days. All right.
As the big day quickly approaches, Zev makes final preparations.
How often do women get their hair cut?
4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. Men and women don't really talk too much unless they're dating.
We only date when we're ready to get married.
I knew from the first date that I wanted to marry her.
It was definitely love at first sight, at least for me. He's pretty cute. For most Jewish couples, they don't see each other the week before the wedding. You write notes, you send gifts, but you don't talk.
For Zev and Hadassah, absence makes the heart grow fonder and serves as a final opportunity to work on themselves as individuals. The talit is a special prayer shawl worn by married men during morning prayer. The day before the wedding, Zev's father shows him how to tie it for the first time.
Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvosav v'tzivanu v'hitatef b'tzitzis.
Hadassah is so pure in her love for Hashem and a love for God. I see that and I want to be more. I want to do better. I want to be a better Jew. She's so great.
I hope there's a lot of giggling in the marriage, because that's an important thing.
Do you giggle often together?
Sporadically.
Whoa, you got the whole sweet tea stuff.
According to the Jewish Orthodox faith, a couple's wedding day is one of the holiest days of their lives, and they are considered to be closer to God. Today is Hadassah's own personal Yom Kippur, or Day of Atonement, and she is freed of all transgressions and wrongdoings, something the people in her community are here to honor. Because of her divine status on this day, she bestows and receives blessings from loved ones. It's here that she'll receive Zev and see him for the first time in 7 days. But first, there are a few things he must agree to.
It says in the contract I will take care of her. I will support her. All sorts of lovely things.
But it does not say I will do the dishes.
Oh, okay.
Under Jewish law, the ketubah solidifies the promises Zev is making to his future wife, laid to witness by more experienced generations. The bride and groom's mothers break a plate to make it legal. Zev is ready to meet his bride at the Bedekin, a traditional veiling ceremony. Zev veils Hadassah as a sign of respect to her modesty and privacy during this holy time. He offers her a blessing and his heart. The wedding ceremony begins under the chuppah, a marriage canopy which symbolizes the home they will grow together. The bride then circles the groom 7 times to break down any walls or barriers between them.
I think my perspective on marriage definitely has to do with my faith. The way we see people getting married is that their spouse is the other half of their soul.
A shared sip of wine and a ring join them together. A broken glass seals the deal.
When I get to hold my wife's hand for the first time, I will be jumping for joy.
Surrounded by their friends, family, and God, Hadassah and Zev are married at last. And finally, they can have some alone time. Behind closed doors, Hadassah and Zev spend their first 15 minutes alone in the Yehud, or seclusion room, an act that symbolizes their newly married state. Although men and women dance separately to avoid touching the opposite gender, it's a requirement for all to bring joy to the bride and groom. A commandment the guests take very seriously. After today, Hadassah and Zev will have a special place in the community. What lies ahead is a series of firsts, and they will rely on their faith to guide them.
Today's world is very topsy-turvy, and morals are a little skewed. In Jewish married life, we gain from the wisdom of the past. And it doesn't mean that we're not innovative, but it means that within the bounds of the past, we can move towards the future.